There's only 3 reasons why your agency offer is not converting to a cold audience or to paid traffic, whatever you're doing. In this video, I'm gonna be revealing to you exactly how to relieve these bottlenecks because I've dealt with them. My name is Patrick Thomason. I'm the CEO and founder over here at CMRR. We're a marketing agency that just markets for software companies in the B2B space. Let's hop straight into it. So there's only one reason to begin with, and it's niche hopping within the first 30 days, okay? If you're the type of person to where you get into a niche, you understand it, and you are starting to get the gist and get the idea of how it works, but then you immediately switch, that is the hardest thing you could possibly do because there's something called a learning curve, which I'm sure you guys are afraid, like already know already. But it starts off with literally like you are not conscious of what you're doing because you think it is fun. So it looks like fun, you realize it's hard, you realize you have no idea what you're doing, just keep doing it, and then you start to get it, and then you don't. And then the time just keeps on accruing. Most people stop right here though, because they see a quick win and a hit, and then it starts to go down, and then they notice that, oh shit, I'm actually not progressing like I was with the initial hit. Now I actually suck. And this is where most people niche hop, okay? Then they actually get better and better and better and better and better. But this takes 90 days or more to literally build a proper habit, okay? This is the biggest thing, y'all. So this is what I want you guys to focus on too. That's the first thing. Now let's get a little bit more technical with it, okay? And share some more game. There's no specific outcome to cold audience. So let's take a fintech. Let's take a B2B fintech. Okay, what this is a B2B fintech company is any company that in the financial services space that sells business to business, whether it's a treasury, cash solution, I don't know, let's just say a payment processor like WAP. I misspelled processor. Okay, so let's just use WAP as an example. You guys know WAP, the payment processor, like that. Okay, so it's a payment processor. So let's pretend like we're outreaching to these people. If we don't have a specific outcome, in order, what this looks like is X amount of users per month for WAP, then we don't have a clear destination of how we can get them there in a tangible way. So if we just approach a payment processor like WAP and we cold email their, let's say sales team, and we say, hey, we're gonna help you scale your business using our cold email system, it's virtually useless because there's no clear outcome. And this is what a lot of people are doing wrong. A lot of agency owners are doing this in their ad copy. A lot of agency owners are doing this in their business. A lot of agency owners are doing this in their cold email scripts. And I talk to you guys daily. You guys can book a call with me down below where I review some of the stuff to you and show you if I can even help you out, like scale your business, stuff like that. But the biggest thing here is that I see so many people make the mistake of going after some sort of a company, not being clear on who exactly they're going after within the sub industry, and falling flat on their face because they don't have a clear outcome. Now, if you don't have a clear outcome, like X amount of users per month for WAP, this is an example, of course, then you can't convert any customer, and that leads us into point number 3. But firstly, before we get to that last point, I want to tell you guys, first of all, if you're running an agency, and you're in the B2B space, or you want to venture off into the B2B space, and you're not quite sure of how you can get there, and you need some help, or you need some guidance, please book in a call for me right down below. I've been B2B marketing in the agency space for a little over 4 years now. We've been doing it for B2B software companies for this past year or two or something like that. And we're solely just focused on that niche, okay? I'm hyper-focused on it. Now, so many of you guys are struggling who watch this channel and you don't need another YouTube video. Quite frankly, you don't even need this YouTube video. You don't need somebody to tell you to do this. You don't need a niche hop and then go down the learning curve again. You don't need to do any of that, okay? All you need to do is get clear on who you're going after and then get really good at speaking to that avatar or that business. Now, B2B marketing isn't easy. It's a little bit tough. That's why you need to be able to have the right amount of knowledge to go after these guys in the space, okay? This leads us into point number 3, all right? No clear outreach process. A lot of you guys will send 1,000 cold emails in, say, 30 days, or we do this in 1 day, or you might, spend $500 on paid ads in 15 days or 2 days, and you get results, they plateau, so they flatline, and then you stop. This is exactly what happens. You have no clear and consistent outreach process. So every single time something fluctuates in your business, whether it's a KPI or some sort of another metric, you flip-flop, you jump ship. I used to do this all the time when I didn't have predictability and I didn't have consistency. And do you know what solved this? Having a non-negotiable, I call them NN, non-negotiable. In other words, if I purchase, I'll just write this very clearly for you guys. I cannot spell. If I purchase 40 cold email accounts, I can send 25 per day. Okay, 40 times 25 should be 1,000. Last time I checked, yeah, it's 1,000. So you can predictably say, on average, you're sending, 900 to 1,000 cold emails daily. This is a non-negotiable. If you purchase these email accounts and you warm up your domains, it is inevitable that you send 900 to 1,000 cold emails daily. The problem that you have is you're not sure about the results that you're going to get, which makes your front-end actions very indecisive. And so the second something fluctuates, you jump ship. You need to embody non-negotiables and add in non-negotiables to your business. In other words, I know for a fact if everything else goes wrong, like if CMRR shuts down tomorrow, I have 900 to 1,000 cold emails that will be sent. That's it. It's as simple as that. So if you have this amount of predictability, this ensures confidence, and this ensures that the variable that you're going to be testing, which is the messaging and the cold email, will be the only variable because it's dependent on how many you're sending. If you consistently send 900 to 1,000 cold emails daily, but you test with one message versus two message, okay? So let's just say A message versus B message. Here's what happens. One's going to perform better than the other. Let's say B is the winning message here, okay? Now you have confidence and predictability because you've tested these messaging, because this hasn't changed. You're still saying 900 to 1,000, and now you're more clear on what's actually going on. But the number one reason why your agency offer isn't converting is because you are not having a predictable and clear outreach process that you stuck to for longer than 90 days. Mind you guys, everything here that I'm talking about is over 90 days plus. I don't want you thinking 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That doesn't matter. In order to get a tangible result with tangible data and actual results, you have to test something for at least 90 days. Stop chasing shiny objects, guys. Niche hopping within 90 days, I see it so many times. People ask me on Instagram, yo, Patrick, I have an issue with this. I was doing this niche. I was doing that niche. This one doesn't work. I literally tell them in the DMs, the solar niche works fine. You just didn't stick with it long enough to actually bear the fruits of your labor. Simple as that. You quit too early. That's it. That's what I tell them. Well, I was promising them 5 booked appointments in the next 30 days. I had a clear outcome. Okay. How long did you run that campaign for? Oh, I don't know, like 7 days. How do you expect to get a tangible result with only 7 days of running a campaign? Guys, you have to send it for at least 3 months. All right. Be patient here. We're playing a long game, especially if you want to build long-term wealth. So your agency isn't converting because you're either niche hopping way too fast. You have no specific outcome to a cold audience. So in other words, if you're going after some sort of a B2B company or even, B2C company, let's just say for the sake of it, B2B cold email is what you're doing. If you have no specific outcome for your industry, for me, it's software companies, then you can't expect them to reply positively to your cold email because there's no interest. And of course, lastly, no clear outreach process. So I hope this video pointed out some caveats that you might be dealing with and explained to you exactly what you need to do in terms of implementing something called a non-negotiable every single day into your business. In other words, there's not a day that goes by to where I don't send at least 900 to 1,000 cold emails. I know my metrics. I know what converts where and when. And guess what? Even if my metrics don't convert, I might have a bad lead list. But you know what stayed the same as the dependent variable? The amount of messages I was sending every single day and continue to send. So if my lead list is bad, I scrape the wrong CEOs, maybe I try going after the head of marketing instead of head of sales, and that completely flops. Or I go after the senior account executive instead of VP of sales, or I don't know, CSM or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe one of those metric flops, but here's what remains the same and keeps me confident. Send 900 to 1,000 cold emails every single day. It's as simple as that, because if that doesn't change, then you will have a consistent business, because that remains the same. You can test all day, and obviously once something starts working, you stick with it. Again, feel free to book in a call with me down below if you have any questions about marketing, sales, building out an agency, anything like that. I'm more than happy to help you out and then show you what it looks like for me to potentially, I don't know, give you some templates, resources, give you some game too as well. So feel free to book in. I have a few slots down below. Hope this video helped point out some of your blind spots that could be possibly going wrong in your agency. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.